Mark. Hi, Ditos. Overseas. Dito. Pat. Good. I think that's what I love most about this, is I call this my cheers, and I'm like Norm at cheers.
I love cheers. All right, so name, location, debut year.
Dylan Postl, Dylan Hornswoggle Postl, Swoggle Postl, Dylan Little Bastard Postl, Dylan Shortstack Postl, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, God's country. Debuted October 2003.
Like, how well can you pick Dylan and us up?
Hello? Hi, buddy. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to get a little bit closer here. Where were you trained and by who?
Now it's the Dojo of Pain.
Okay.
Before, at the time I was training, it was whatever random show and whatever random city the ACW show was at, by Shane Hills, Jay Cash, and Ken Anderson. We didn't have a school. You know, we literally showed up, put the ring up, and then changed and started training.
So there's a stupid game here they play.
No.
At the ACW Wisconsin after parties, and I'm going to have Dylan explain it all to you, the history and whatever you want to say about it.
Randy Fitzsimmons, Hickey, I believe he just randomly was playing with the fire rocks. And I said, I dare you to take one out. And he grabbed one, he took it out.
But there was at first it was just me, Binder, Seth, Dredd, Aries, Gotti. Before that, it was just me and Binder. And it was kind of it was a different time. Whoever showed up just came in the ring and beat us up. That's why we like to get there early, because we know Shane would be there early and Cash would be there early and sometimes Ken. But, it's later in the day, the Adrian Serranos and then this guy and that guy saw fresh meat in the ring. That was that.
And then it evolved from that to everyone being around the fire, trying to pick out the rocks. And there was a couple nights where it was like 8 or 10 of us playing the game. And at one point, I look around here, and there's almost as many rocks outside the thing as there are in.
That's why I'm happy that we have a training class, a school now, that doesn't happen. Now show days, it's almost like a specialty when the students get to train on show days, because they'll get a Tommy, they'll get a burnt, that kind of thing that jumps in the ring and helps them out. Jen.
And the rule is, let's say, you and I are playing now.
Mm-hmm.
If I grab one, now you have to. And you could pick whatever one you want, obviously. You just have to get it out. And there's a time limit, a friendly time limit.
So we were backyarding at the time, and we were finishing up with that. We kind of knew a thing or two about taking a bump, hitting each other with a cookie sheet or a light tube, but we didn't know about a wrist lock from a wristwatch. I have never seen a guy pick up in-ring training like Binder did. He paints trucks for a living. He's meant to do this. I truly believe that. I don't remember him having a speed bump, ever.
It's stupidity. And I remember there's plenty of times where Weimer would come out and realize what we were doing, especially what I was doing. He'd just come out of the door and shake his head, go back in. But there was a real big competition between Willie Wild and Katie Hickey, Randy's wife. Mm-hmm. So it was like they were fighting over Randy's affection, over the rock game.
Colucci said, when you two were in grade school, 3rd grade,
is
when he became a friend of yours and stuff and found out you were a wrestling fan and stuff. So when exactly did you become a fan? Like prior to 3rd grade? Before you met him?
It was started over wrestling figures, which I'm realizing more and more is becoming my life. My brother, he had Series 1 Hasbros, WWF Hasbros. He had all but 2 of them. He was playing with them, and then me being the little brother that wants to be like his big brother, who's 3 or 4 years older, I was like, man, I want to play with those. So I would take him and play with them. And wrestling figures started my wrestling fandom. And I was like, what are these even from? Mm-hmm. So I'd watch Superstars on the weekend mornings, and it became my life. Wrestling took my life over instantly.
Here we go.
Got one. And if it falls on the ground, it does not count.
No? Okay. The thing is, I don't know if you can see this, Quay. There's genuine, like, every now and then you hear a...
Oh, we're getting fired. Don't worry. We can
You
see
have no
it
rocks
pretty well.
by your side either.
The earliest memory I have is WrestleMania 6. I didn't watch it on pay-per-view. I watched it on VHS. I can picture the box with the pay-per-view poster, Warrior and Hogan, and man, I would just watch that pay-per-view over and over. Ultimate Warrior was my life. I hated Hulk Hogan. I hated him. I hated him.
Like with video games, Nintendo or Sega, or Nintendo or
Yeah.
PlayStation. With wrestling,
Warrior
Hogan or Warrior.
Yeah, and it truly was that. And it's Hogan was so vanilla to me. It was so just okay. Warrior had the makeup and the music and the he just had this aura about him that I loved.
Don't grab it. That was you're in the fire. There you go. You got one.
Don't stop it with your hand either, I learned.
Do not stop it.
So what got you started in the local scene? What got you from I like wrestling to I want to do wrestling?
We backyard wrestled, but we wrestled in Oshkosh, and we were on local TV, local access television. We did that, and then we found a place in Appleton, and they had their own ring.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a legit ring. So we joined that group, and we were drawing crowds of like 250, 300 at shows, at backyard shows.
Enough to draw interest of local promoters, according to the Jason Jerry
That's
story.
exactly what it is. And he was running ACW. He heard about this and us drawing huge crowds, and he and a few friends came out with their cooler, and
Ben Johnson, I believe, was one of them.
Ben and Will, and they just they enjoyed the show.
Fudge.
I'm in the cave now.
Got it.
I was the first one to be contacted, I remember, about training, and then Binder and Seth were right after me. Aries and Dread were immediately after that. I always wanted to do it. I just didn't know how. Now I had the opportunity of how.
I think that was a big issue for a lot of people was you want to, don't know how.
You know what really sucks? Playing this in the day, you don't see the flame.
Yeah.
At night, you see you're putting your hand in a flame.
Yes.
This couldn't be a worse time to play this game. Because it's really hot outside,
Yeah.
and now it's really hot here,
It's
too.
not like it's wintertime where we welcome the flame.
No.
What do you remember about your official debut?
I don't remember my backyard debut at all. I remember like a few things here and there, match stuff. My independent debut was in a Halloween battle royal. In that battle royal, I turned heel and joined J-Cash as short stack.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't work a lot. I worked ACW, I worked Mid-American Wrestling in Milwaukee. I worked here and there for Bruce City Wrestling in Milwaukee. I think I did 2 shows out of state for random things, but that was it.
Were you ever reached out to by a specialized midget company to run
I
with
did
them?
a couple of them. I did a couple of them before WWE. Maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, like shows?
Random shows.
Okay.
Yeah. We did Weimer and I, we did a midget loop. It was in Indiana and then Detroit. It was for Micro Championship Wrestling, but all midget fed.
Okay.
And the first Indiana show, the first night, that Friday night, was at a strip club, and neither of us were 21. So they said, hey man, you can stay because you're wrestling. Pointing at Weimer, you gotta go. He has to go back to the hotel. He texts me, at the hotel, I'm good, there's a jacuzzi in the room, March Madness is on. He was so happy.
Yep. That was the best.
Nope. Got it. Also, I realized really quickly, this game sucks for me
Yeah, why's that?
because my little arms.
Really?
I can't reach as far.
Never would have imagined that.
No, for a reaching game.
But I remember like there was matches, and then there would be like a match and then 3 sets of dances.
Yeah.
And then a match and then 3 sets, and then
sense.
there was 3 sets of matches and then a battle royal.
Oh. That was like a crane game. It drops at the hole.
And now I ain't getting that one. Oh, flames right there. Does not count. Got it.
There you go.
TJ, I got about one more in me. I'm going to declare you the winner here.
You got this. This is fun. What was it like when you did get signed with the WWE to see the world, essentially? 'Cause, like, did you ever live a lot outside of Oshkosh or outside of Wisconsin to where you have a growing up memory in a different state? Because when you sign to the WWE, that's a world wrestling entertainment. You're completely out of your bubble.
2 months into my WWE career, I was doing a tour of the Philippines. I didn't know where the Philippines were. You're taking a 19, just turned 20-year-old kid, saying, hey, every week you're going to be in a different city. 4 or 5 cities in a week. The next, a month from now, you're going to be in the Philippines. A month after that, you're going to be in Europe. A month from that, you're going to be in South America. A month from that, you're going to be back in Europe. It's insane.
All right. Quaid, the flames on this are so, that was stupid of me to pick
That
up.
was really dumb.
They're so hot, they are breaking the stones, mind you. Oh, go away. Go away.
My grandpa, I'd have to give him my schedule every month. I didn't get it at first. Then I went to visit him one week, and he had a world map and a US map. And he put a thumbtack in every place I ever was. Every place. And it was something that he really, really enjoyed doing.
That's cool.
I don't like this.
So you don't want to play, Quaid?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So growing up, because to me, you grow up in your 20s. From age 20 or from 18 to 29 is your growing up phase. That's where people really evolve.
I didn't grow up until I had my kid.
Yeah?
I can truly, truly say that I never, I was a child.
Did stuff from that craft you into how you are now?
No, because I was acting like an asshole. And I can look back on that and say that now.
I caught it. I caught it.
That was really dumb, though.
It was.
I heard just today, I was cutting the grass and I was listening to Kevin Hart on the Howard Stern show. Brought up Bieber. This was from like 2016. Brought up Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of him? He's kind of a dick. And Kevin Hart goes, no. You're throwing a kid at that age, this much money, this much fame, this much notoriety, and you're expecting him not to mess up? I now look at 22-year-old, 23-year-old Dylan. I was an asshole. I know I was an asshole. I didn't want to change.
Mm-hmm.
Having Landon completely flipped me and made me a somewhat decent person. So I don't look back on it and think, man, I would love to change this. Nah. And I don't believe in that's what makes you who you are today. No, what makes you who you are today is who you want to be today.
Yeah. I see a lot of cracks in them, too.
Yeah, it's because they're hot. I mean,
Remember, you got to call your shots.
Yeah, Fitzsimmons Hickey legit fingered one. Like, grabbed. He's a madman.
Okay, well, now you just told me I have to do that.
I mean, go. That's a dumb move. Oh,
I did it.
I can't believe you got that.
4 fingers. Look at this. My fingers are shiny.
Dumb.
It's dumb. This is really dumb.
I got one more in me here.
You got more than
I
that.
got 3.
Oh,
Wait, I can't reach these. Got one.
From the interviews with Colucci and Weimer, starting ACW Wisconsin, you didn't get the most enthusiastic responses from them, according to them. How did you convince them, or did you literally just say, all right, you're showing up here this day? Like, did you literally just drag them into it, and they were like, all right.
I told them flat out, if you want to do it, I'm doing it anyways. I think both of them were kind of like, shit, we got to help our friend out again. We help them every week, it seems. And they do, man. They've gotten me in and out of some rough situations. No, I flat out was bored, and I said, hey, man, there's no wrestling in Oshkosh right now. I'm not working the weekends. I want to go to wrestling in Oshkosh. ACW wasn't happening at the time. We're going to run ACW. Here we go. And there have been, between the three of us, and Gus was on board for a good amount of time, but between the three of us, if there's ever one person or even 2 people to say, hey, I'm not feeling this kind of thing, the other one's right there kicking him in the ass and going, we can do this.
TJ, this is really dumb.
Yes, this whole thing is dumb. What are you talking?
Yeah.
I got it.
That was so huge.
I got it.
I think each of us, when when there is a tiff, we go back and we go, gotta be buddies. That's what this is about. I'm not throwing this friendship away for a fake wrestling company.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that. They're my 2 best friends, and I'm not gonna throw that away for an independent show for 200 people. Not worth it to me.
Just swipe it. Just swipe it up.
I don't need fingerprints.
You know what would have been the best part of that? Is if that would have fallen on the ground.
All that for nothing.
Yeah.
Tell us about the ACW Academy and what it means to give back to the wrestling community, to where you're pretty much bringing up new talent. You're trying to bring up the next Joey Jet Avalon or the next Mario Crivello. You're trying to bring up the next Jared Jackson, the next big names.
There will never, and this is a challenge to every student, not only in our school, but in every school, there will never be another Joey Jet Avalon. Ever. There will never be another one of him. He should be on TV weekly. He should be making millions of dollars. And I truly believe that. And it hurts me. It hurts me that he's not. Yeah, it's really bums me out.
Yeah.
Because he should be, because I've never seen talent like him, ever. And him and Binder are my 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And to touch them, he ain't gonna. Not in my mind.
All right.
I can keep
gotta
going.
keep going because I have a better camera angle now.
Nope, you're good. Winner.
What? Okay, that's 2 out of 3. Let's go again.
Jesus Christ.
What's the biggest mistake you've made, and what did you learn from it?
TJ, that could be the hardest question I've ever been asked. I would say, at times, whenever I put business before friendships, this is fake. Not just the stuff in the ring, the shows, title wins, the bookings. This is fake. I'm not Swoggle. I'm Dylan Postl from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. He's not Salem Crane. He's not Joey Avalon. He's not Nick Colucci. She's not Stacy Shadows. They're Jen. They're Matt. They're Corey. They're Josh. When this is done, they're Jen. They're Corey. They're Matt. They're Josh. I'm Dylan. The minute you start taking yourself as the other name, putting yourself here, I do it in such a joking fashion. I don't drop 6 WrestleManias, or I'm a best pre-order author, on a night out. But that's just me being douchey.
Yeah.
As a joke, because I don't believe in myself. We're all the same person.
Mm-hmm.
We're all living this life. And then on the weekends, we get to escape all that and do something that's really fucking fun. It seems every other year I change when I'm gonna be done. And I think that's still, if we're being honest with ourselves, not wanting to be done. Real life scares me. Legitimately, one of my biggest fears is real life. 9 to 5 scares the hell out of me. Because I don't know that. I went from 18 years old working at Target to traveling the world. I'm still traveling the world. Still no 9 to 5. And I am thankful and lucky. Real life scares me. Normal Dylan doesn't scare me. Because I've transformed to normal Dylan again for the last 10 years since Landon came. More and more.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know what I'll do. Oh, there we go. There's a nice shot. JJ and Joe at Wrestling Con 2.
Or what do you want your legacy to be?
It's another weird one, man.
40, 50, 60 years from now. What do you want? That's the distance I'm thinking. What do you want people to...
Fuck.
When your name is brought up, what do you want?
That ain't happening.
When they're watching those 2 movies and those 6 WrestleManias and reading that book.
2 weeks under 10 years, buddy. 2 weeks under 10 years. Not a big deal. Longer than Austin, longer than Angle.
Go deep.
Deep.
Typical Slades.
when I was thinking about the book in the very beginning of doing the book, I thought I want this book to be essentially 3 parts. A wrestling book, a midget book, and I want it to be a family book. The midget book was kind of like a life book. And we really pulled all 3 together, I feel. I don't want to be remembered as Hornswoggle. But yet I don't want to be remembered as just Dylan from Oshkosh, I don't think. But yet I don't want to be remembered as just this. It's weird. I think I want to be remembered as the legacy of just like, he was told no, he was told you can't, and he gave a middle finger to that, and then he looked into 10 years living his dream, and during that 10 years had a really cool kid, and is a really awesome dad, has all of his friends' backs. But also I want to be remembered for helping others out. Tommy Dreamer is the most liked overall by many people. I've always called him like my wrestling dad. If people in the wrestling business could view me like they view him, it'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want to be remembered for one thing, because then you're forgetting about everything else. Hey guys, Dylan Postl here, aka Hornswoggle, aka Swoggle, aka Dylan from Muppets, aka star of Leprechaun Origins. I know you've seen all of those. Please check out on Facebook the Wisconsin indie wrestling scene. Also, for videos just like we just did here, check out Between Counts all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Give it a follow, give it a subscribe, give it a like, click the bell icon, and then when you're done with that, head over to acwwisconsin.com. Head over to youtube.com/acwwisconsin. Click the bell, click subscribe, follow us. We'd love to have you following us. All right, guys, take care. Thank you.